Hello lovely dancers, my name is Aisha and welcome back to Belly Dance Tutorials. In today's class I'm gonna do an introduction to floor work. In this class and in the next couple of classes I think, I'm gonna go over the topic of the floor work in belly dance, mostly in Oriental style belly dancing. So for today I'm gonna go over how to go down and come up from the floor, because you always need a strategy how to get down on the floor and how to come up before anything else. In the next classes I'm going to go over some of the movements that you can do on the floor at like intermediate level, so I'm not going to go into advanced back bending and splits, which is nice if you can do them, yeah. But those require a lot of athleticism and strength and flexibility, and it's not for everyone. So I'm gonna go mostly over intermediate level floor work, which is still very interesting and very beautiful. Before I get into that, I have to say that floor work requires strength, regardless of the level. It doesn't matter what you do on the floor, you need to be strong. And it requires more strength than you think, or than it looks like. So don't get into that until you build up enough strength in the legs, in the arms, core, everywhere basically, and feel comfortable with going down and getting up on the floor on your own in a graceful and safe manner. So it's not for everyone, and that's okay if you don't incorporate floor work, it's not a big deal. But it's spectacular and people like it, and you know, if you have the skills to do that, it's nice to show them off. So let's see, so work on your strength, work on your flexibility, and know what kind of moves you want to do. Generally speaking, floor work is slower, so you need to have the right music, the right environment to do slow floor work. And it can be done in various styles. It's different when you do fusion style, tribal style, American cabaret style, or Oriental style. Although there are commonalities, there are moves that go across any style, but there are specific moves to each of these styles as well. And I'm not going to go over everything possible here. Second thing is be aware of your costume. You need to have shorts and you need to choose moves that you don't flash the audience and you feel comfortable doing, and you don't have to be like careful of where is my skirt, where is my bra, where is everything, so I don't show more than needed. So yeah, make sure that you choose a costume that's appropriate for floor work. Again, very important to wear shorts regardless of the costume, because there will be some transitions that you don't know what's going to happen there. There are venues where you don't want to do floor work. If you don't know how the floor is, how clean or dirty that is. So there are restaurants, for instance, where it's not a good idea to do the floor, because it can be like broken glass on the floor, you know, maybe some spills. So yeah, it's probably not a good idea. So of course, if you have a hard surface like concrete or tiles or things like that, it's very difficult to do floor work, and you may injure yourself, so you don't want to come up with bruises from that. So also the level that you are at. If you are at a very low level and people are standing up or even at the tables, they may not see you. So if you want to do that, be aware that only people that are really close to you can see what you're doing. The others, like a row or two after that, they have no idea what you're doing there. So it's better to do that when you have a raised surface, or when people are sitting down and are not too far from you. So, but the raised level would be ideal to do that. that's why it's important to wear shorts, because when you are higher and then you do floor work, people will see everything that's under your skirt. All right, so let's start going with that one, with this topic. And today I'm going to go over strategies on how to go down on the floor and how to come up, and some tips about that to make your life easier and to be safe. That's very important. Whatever you do in your dance, you have to be safe at any time. And this is an important one to know about. So, ways to go down. My favorite way, there are many ways. My favorite way is to have a leg forward and a leg behind. So I'm this triangular pose, yes. My weight is on both legs, right? Let me show you from the back. Right, so this is my front leg to the audience, this is the back leg. So the legs are a little bit crossed. There is more weight on the front leg though, because there is some weight on the back leg, but mostly it's on the front though. So you're here, angle to the audience, and you go down like that. Very easy to do. Yeah. Now on the way down, you can add more arms because you are very stable here. You are almost in this triangular shape, you have a large base. So anything that requires balance, it's a good idea to have a large base. So you're here and you are uplifted, you are going straight down, vertical with your upper body. We don't want to bend forward like that. It's not graceful. But if at any point you lose your balance, do whatever is needed so you don't fall. If you go down and you're losing your balance and you need to bend forward, do that, okay? It's way better than falling over. So don't worry, people will understand. All right, so we are here. Weight is it's on both legs, but more on the front leg. And then you go down, so you have your 2 points of support there until you reach your knee to the floor. From here, you can adjust your position and make a very nice pose. Yeah, look at that. The back leg doesn't matter because it's going to be under your skirt. But if it's visible, you probably want to point your toe here. And then you can point your toe in front. And you can pose. Now look at that. Other thing about floor work is all about posing. So every movement that you do in the floor work, think of it as a posing moment, especially that it's slow. And photographers can take lots of good pictures without being, blurred in motion. So think about making every movement that you do as a posing moment. So from here, I'm going down with shoulder roll or snake arms. It's very nice to add arms. So I'm gonna add arms here, right? I can bring my arms here in front and do some rolls here. Look at that. And I'm gonna open and do a very nice pose here, right? Any pose that you can think of with your arms, so study that. It's a ton of things that you can do here, and I'm not gonna go over them. You're here, you can do like arm movements here. And I'm gonna talk about the moves that you can do on your knees in the next video, but for now I'm just gonna focus how to get down. So, and once you're here, you have a lot of options with your legs, what to do next. The easier one is just to go around and slide down here, and then you're getting into this shape here. We're gonna go over that later. Or if you're here, you can slide your foot forward. If you can get into a split, that's nice. It's easy to get into a split from here. But you can also sit down on your leg here. right? So it's a way to, to go down further on the floor. And from here, you can just bend your knee here, and then you get into this position, right? Or from here, you can go around and do other things, all right? So that's my favorite one. And you will not see it very often because I did look. Other things that you can do, if you're stronger though, you can just come here in a regular stance here and come down from here. And also notice that I have a large base here. People will not see how your feet are under the skirt, and it's important for you to be safe and stable. So rather than being here, which is okay if you have good balance and if you can go down like that, keeping your upper body vertical, yeah. Again, we don't want to do that. It's not nice. But again, if you feel like falling, do whatever you can, but just not fall. So, and then if I'm gonna go down with the legs together, at some point you'll have to come here in releve. Yeah. So you have to have really good balance. And from here, you can just put your knees forward like that and, be stable on your knees and do whatever you want to do next. But because that's harder, but if you still don't want to be in this position that I explained before, you can have one foot forward, one back, still kind of triangular shape. And from here, it's a good idea to have this leg in releve here a little bit. And then you have your weight on both legs and come down here on one knee and then do whatever is next with the other knee. All right, let's try again. So let's try again from the front. Your audience is there. Again, you can add snake arms here, rolling arms here when you go down. You can add hip work. We'll get into that. But for now, let's be here. So I said I'm here. And arms. Yes. And then whatever is next. Right? So these are ways of going down. So let's recap. My favorite one foot forward, one back, crossed legs, go down like that. Legs together here, go down like that, and come up on releve, and then go down on the knees. Or one foot forward, one back, a little space between them, and then you just go down like that, and continue from here. So when you go down, as I said, you can add more interest with the arms. You want to distract the audience of how you get down there, and you make it look, easy and graceful. You can add hip work, so you can do like armies, going down. You can do mayas, going down. You can do circles, just circles, I meant. Circles, yeah. So any basic isolations, basically, you can add to your upper body or hips when you're going down. All right, so I hope that covered this part of how to get down. Of course, if you're very athletic, if you can do back bends and all that, gymnastic stuff, you can always do a back bend. I'm not going to do that, but you can go into on your knees by doing a very deep back bend wherever you can. But that really requires lots of athletic abilities. So, all right, so I went over the process of going down. Now, coming up, again, you have lots of options coming up. Now, at some point, you'll probably be on your knees. So when you're done with your floor work, you will be on your knees at some point. The easiest way, right, is just to place one foot forward like this. Now, when you come up, you want to go straight up, so you don't want to do this. Yeah, it's just not graceful. But again, if you have to do it, just do it. You want to come up, straight up. When I go straight up, my weight is on the front leg, but also on the back leg. So you can either curl your toes in like this, and I have my weight on both legs, which might be easier, or even if my toes are extended, I still have weight on that foot. Yeah, I have weight here on that foot when I come up. So my weight is distributed and I'm more stable than only on one leg. So that's an easier way, yeah, to come up. So one more time. Most of the time you'll get on your knees again before you go up. Just put one foot forward, prepare the other one if you have time. Also adjust your skirt, it's okay, because a lot of time your skirt will kind of be caught under your foot, around your body. It's okay to take your time, adjust your skirt first, because otherwise you'll step on it, and when you come up, you'll kind of be stuck here, and then you'll have to make all kind of weird things to readjust. It's okay to take your moment, and at any point when you do floor work, it's okay to take your moment and adjust your skirt or your costume so it's not in your way. All right, so I was here on the knees, come up, we'll go over this part later. Just put one foot forward, wherever you feel like. If you want to go farther from your body, closer to your body, anywhere. Have your weight on both legs, yeah, and come up, straight up and in a vertical position. Now, when you come up, you probably don't have time and it's difficult to add lots of other movements. You can add maybe some arms. So I was here, and then maybe I'll just do, and this can also camouflage some of the balance issues, or if you don't have enough strength, because when you lean forward, it means you don't have enough strength in your legs to propel you up. But it's a way to camouflage. It's okay to camouflage anything in belly dance. It's all smoke and mirrors, right? So you're here, coming up, and then you can do like a big arm movement to come up, and it helps you actually with the momentum. Or here, right? Snake arms, whatever. Just think and make your own movements at this point, whatever you feel comfortable. Another way of coming up, which is more advanced, and it's good when you have pants, so people see what you're doing, because this is pretty difficult, but it's very nice. You are down here, so you are sitting on the floor. Yeah, you're not on your knees, you're sitting on the floor. Now, if you have to come up from this, but you don't want to do the knee position again, which is very easy to do right from here, but if you want to be a little bit more athletic, now you cross this front leg behind the front knee. So this is a very important part. That's the most important part. Yeah. So I'm here like in a yoga position, right? So you're doing something here, you end up here, cross your foot. Sometimes you have to pull it, right? To make sure that it's behind the knee. I'm wearing some knee protection here, knee pads, all right? So one more time to see. Yeah, here. This is my knee, it's behind that knee. Not here, this is gonna be very hard to lift from here. But here is more manageable. And from here, you push yourself and come up here. This requires more strength. And this is only a way to go down. You probably have seen dancers when they end their drum solo or they end the number with kind of going down like that. And that's the technique for that too. I'm not going to do it very fast because they kind of drop. So instead of doing the Turkish drop, now it's a forward drop. So when you do that, you have your leg crossed, the front leg is crossed. You go down, but the front leg stays behind the back knee. That's the critical part. It's not here. If you're here, it's going to be very dangerous to go down, if not impossible. Cross, after you pass your back knee, and from here you go down like that. Yeah? So you're here. Again, legs are crossed. This is here. If you have more strength, which I'm kind of tired now, you can push up from here directly, or you can help yourself with a hand a little bit, give you a lift. So that's a more advanced way to come up from the floor if you don't want to be on your knees. So if you're sitting down. All right. Well, let's put some music. Let's practice this a little bit on music, going down and coming up. I will add probably some arms and some poses. As I said, it's very important at any point to create poses when you do floor work. And this, because it's slow, this gives you lots of opportunities to do that. So let's put some music now. Going down, front leg to the audience is in front, crossed, back leg is on toes, go down. Pose. Here. Right? All right. Okay. Other ways to come down with our feet together. Coming down with the legs apart, triangular shape. Come down. You can use the hip here. All right. Coming up from the knees. And coming up from the crossed position here. I'm gonna adjust myself a little bit. All right. When you practice floor work, it's a good idea to wear knee pads, like I have now. I have my knee pads on, and have a padded surface. Even if you're a good dancer and a very strong dancer, it's a good idea to protect your knees with knee pads, whatever floor work you want to practice. Because when you dance, it's only, I don't know, a minute, maybe 2 minutes of floor work. You can survive that. But when you practice, and you practice for an hour, maybe 2 hours, you want to be protected and padded as much as you can. Also, if you have knee problems, probably don't do it. That's okay. You can just do regular belly dancing without going down, because it does require some knee health and strength. Also, avoid any movements that put your knee in a twisted position. Yeah, that's not good. So anytime you bend your knee, it should be straight forward. Don't do anything that puts your knee kind of here or that. That's not good for the health of your knee. And a padded surface, of course, and just be safe and careful about it. Yeah. Alright, well, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you liked it. If you have any questions or comments, write them down in the comments box area. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, if you like it. And I'll continue with this topic for the next maybe couple of classes. So get ready and get strong by then. Until next time, shimmy shimmy.